What is up? Today we are going to be doing a motorcycle review. You might be wondering what the crap's going on. There's no lines on the road. There's a bunch of tropical trees everywhere. Well, these aren't very tropical. Trust me, they're tropical. Where the hell are you? I'm in Costa Rica right now, you guys. Oh, that's sad. We're in Costa Rica right now to do this review of the Pulsar 180. We got brought down here in order to do this review. We're doing we're doing a lot down here for work, but while we're down here, we're going to be doing this review of the motorcycle, and let's just hop right into it. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm more on a nice paved road right now. This is not something you see often in this country. It is very much, you'll go from roads like this to roads like what we're about to get on. So we're going to try to catch all the types of roads while we're doing this filming. Now, before anyone gets mad about the way I'm driving in this vlog, it is all legal. Lane splitting is legal in this country. They just kind of drive ridiculously. We're going to hop off up here so I can show you guys this actual bike. Yeah, we'll just park right here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pulsar 180. It's a pretty good bike. For countries like India or Costa Rica or any, type of countries like that, this bike is great. In the States, it's not that much of a bike. It's a very little engine. It's 180 cc's. It's not that fast. But it'll get you where you need to go. There's a few nice things about this bike. Nothing special, though. There's really nothing special about the bike. It's a very basic sports bike. It's more looks than it is engine. Over here we got some shocks. You can change the height of the bike very easily. There used to be a slide right there, but this bike has it's been dropped a few times. We won't lie. This bike has been used. It's not in the best condition. But a bike's a bike nonetheless. Now, this bike is considered a dual sport. It falls into the dual sport category, which means you could take it on roads like the paved one I was just on, or you could take it on the road we're about to be taking, which is a more dirt, back road type thing. I would not take a normal sports bike on this road. Definitely not. There's a lot of loose gravel and just rivets like that one. So also it's going to get dirty, and I would not take my CBR on this road because that would make me incredibly sad. Now, bikes like this are great for countries, like I said, that have roads like this or other things. You're going to want a smaller CT. You really don't want all that power. You're not going to go that fast in countries like this. Now, Costa Rica itself the whole country is about the size of Colorado. It's not big. But because of its roads like this, it takes a very long time to get somewhere. So, you got to give and you got to take. Not all roads are like this. Some roads are worse. Some roads are better. So having a dual sport or like the dirt bike you just saw is definitely needed. Now this bike is running fairly well right now for what it is. I don't know, I forget if it's made in India or China or what. Go through a little construction zone right here. Just how they do, no cones or nothing. Oh boy. There's a big hill full of ruts. Alright, let's get down this very slowly. Oh, this is sand. Oh, this is fun. See, this is why you would not want a big old sports bike. Now you gotta be careful. Ooh, that was actually pretty intense. And this guy's on the wrong side of the road. Woo! That's exactly what I'm talking about for sports bikes. Ninja would have ate it on that road. Believe it or not, I would not believe, unless you were a very skilled biker, me, I wouldn't be able to get a big sports bike down what I just went down. So this thing's actually, the size of having a 250 or 180 and just a smaller bike is great for this type of country. And it's still got a little bit of pull. It ain't got nothing special. It ain't gonna knock your socks off. This is it's pretty sat up for a sports bike. I'm not tucked over. I'm pretty sat straight up. Some of you guys might be wondering, Ellis, what the crap are you doing in Costa Rica? And where did you get this bike? I actually used to live down here, on and off for like the last 3 years. My parents are still down here. They wrote a book. Big old backstory. Doesn't matter. Point is, I'm down visiting. Now, as I was about to say earlier, this bike's engine has had to be rebuilt. I had just started riding motorcycles, and I didn't realize that you need to be checking oil quite frequently. It was dumb. I know it sounds dumb, guys. I was a noob. I didn't know what I was doing. I hardly knew how to ride a motorcycle, okay? So the engine seized up. This engine had to be rebuilt. Now, they rebuilt the whole engine and everything on the bike for $300, just flat, $300. Which is crazy to me, because it basically needed a whole new engine and rebuilt a ton of parts. And they rebuilt the whole thing. $300 American dollars, not 300 colones. $300 American dollars, which is, I think is a great price for a motorcycle engine being rebuilt. I do. It's really not bad at all. It was a dumb mistake. But that shows you bikes like these are way cheaper to work on. The Pulsar is huge in India. It's not too big in Costa Rica. I've seen like maybe two to four others. Maybe. Oh, what a beautiful road. Maybe seen 2 to 4 others. But they're really not that big. You see a lot of Hondas down here, actually. And we're going to be going into town in a second. And you'll see the types of bikes and the types of driving that they do down here. By the way, I apologize in advance if the audio quality on this is bad. I'm working with what I got. I'm in a $60 helmet right now with a very low budget miking system. So, I apologize in advance. That was a bad turn. If the audio quality is bad, just bear with it, guys. We're starting from the bottom. We gotta build our way up. Now, I had just done a moto vlog for another company about what it's like riding a motorcycle in Costa Rica. So I guess I'll go over that a little bit here. It's very different from riding in the States. Very, very different. Besides a few states, lane splitting is not legal. Here is just a freebie. Not only is lane splitting legal, it's just a freebie. However you can get through, do it. You just got to do it. Now, in the States, you don't really have to worry about emissions and stuff on a bike. Here, they do still do what is called recheve, which is what basically their emissions for cars and like making sure it's all safe, yada, yada, yada. Surprisingly strict down here for that, actually. But hey, is that the guy? Nope, that's not the guy who sold me my bike. I thought that was who I got my bike from. But you still need to make sure, like, you gotta bring your bike. make sure it's safe enough, and can handle quote unquote being down here. A lot of people don't do that though. They'll pretend like they have Riceve or whatever, but they have random security stops set up. So at any moment a cop can pull you over, and for me, ask for my passport. Dude, what are you doing? There's the driving. Anyway, at any moment they can ask for my passport and make sure that this bike has Riceve and everything else. Now, if I don't have my passport, I'm in trouble legally for, like, you know, immigration type crap. But if my bike doesn't have Riceve, and the plates and everything that it needs to legally be up to date, they just take it. There's no ticket. They just take the bike. It's gone. And it is very expensive to get it out. Most of the time it's cheaper to just buy another bike. Now, I bought this bike for $1,200 American dollars, I believe. Which down here, that's a pretty good chunk of money to some of the people. Others, it's not. You'll see millionaires down here, stuff like that. It's all about how you look at it. Look at the beach. So beautiful. Oh, I should pay attention. Oh yeah. So it's very different legally there. But driving-wise, as you can see, you kind of just go. You just go with the flow, do your own thing. And that's the same with cars, too. There's really, very rarely is there lines, so you don't know when you're allowed to pass and not allowed to pass. And even when there is lines, people just pass on double yellow, and you just deal with it. Now, there's pros and cons to driving like that here. You won't see very much road rage, just because that's how they drive. You can't really get mad if that's just how everyone's driving. If everyone's driving like a dick, then no one's driving like a dick, right? I guess that's one way to put it. So there's a pro. A con is, some say it's not really safe for everyone to be driving like that, but with driving like that, I don't see very many wrecks. Because everyone's on high alert and everyone's ready for, you never know what the person is going to do. In the States, you're counting on people to stay in their lane and follow the laws. Here, you're counting on people not to, which means you're always on high alert. And you're making sure that you're checking your surroundings and doing your thing, you know? So it's a really big give and take. Or not give and take, it's just, sometimes it's not as safe. You know, perspective, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Like, this guy's on his phone, on a four-wheeler, just doing his own thing. People are driving under the speed limit, also on their phone. But that's just how they roll, I guess, right? Now, you might have seen on that dude on the four-wheeler in front of me, he had some reflector-type stuff on him. You might see it on some other motorcyclists. It's daytime, so they don't wear it as much. There's these reflective sashes that they sell down here. Like what that guy's got on right there. Okay. I don't know if you saw it. Go back in the video if you didn't. There's these reflective sashes that they sell down here. I think you are by law supposed to have one on definitely at night. I could be wrong, and I should know the laws. But really, they are incredibly lenient on the laws here. They really don't care. That's just how they roll. What else is there to say? This is about the best road you're going to see. It's really not that, it's not paved that nice. It looks like a nice paved road. It's pretty bumpy. I'm going maybe 100 kilometers an hour. I don't know, my speedometer sucks. And it feels like I'm hauling butt right now. Just because the roads are not the best. Some of the drivers down here are incredibly ballsy. Like, stupid ballsy. And I mean, I'm a pretty gutsy driver. I won't lie. I make some bold moves when I'm driving that are not safe, and I should be better, I know. But down here, these guys are making these ballsy moves on like these little 125s or like this 180, and it amazes me. Because, I mean, on a sports bike in the States, you can drop a gear and get out of the way. You can just be gone. Here, you're like on a lawnmower. You're not going to go that far, even when you're just hammering it. Like, okay, I'm going to let this car get ahead for a second, and I'm going to show you how fast this thing's full speed is. Or maybe I'll do it when I pass these guys. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever comes up. Going to go around this turn, this blind turn. Definitely not going to do it here. This is going to be downhill, too. Oh, no, there's another blind turn. Anyway, this thing's not fast. I want to show you guys how not fast it is. It feels fast, though, because of the roads, like I was saying. Okay, I'm hammering it. I am pinned right now, and I am just barely going to pass this car. Yeah, that was as fast as this thing goes, getting up to speed. It's not fast. And they drive their little even bikes that are less than this, like they can just get out of the way, and it's honestly amazing. Like, and this is Costa Rica, like I've said multiple times. Places like India, I don't know if y'all have seen those videos. They are nuts in India. Yeah, this is full pin. Look at my speedometer's out. Oh, it kind of flashed. The speedometer just goes out after like 70 kilometers an hour. It used to go up to 100, but it's not. What are we braking for? Oh, this bicyclist? Okay. This is the first motorcycle I ever did a wheelie on. So that's fun. Reminisce about those times. Whoop! Y'all talking about how it's hard to do wheelies on these crazy sports bikes. I don't want to hear it. I wheelie to 180. You know how hard it is to get a heavy-ass 180 wheel up? It is so hard. I had to redline and just drop it and pull back. It is just a pain. Oh, that guy thought I was talking. Okay, that's the other thing. Down here, motorcycles aren't toys. They're toys in the States. Let's be honest. Our motorcycles, we love them. They're great transportation. They're reliable. Well, I don't know about all of them being reliable. But you know what I'm saying. But they're toys. They're just a fun way to get around. Here, they're not. This guy, how I'm making all these hand gestures and stuff, I look crazy. Because I'm talking to you guys. Motovlogging's not a thing here. As a matter of fact, even having this GoPro on the side of my head, you don't see it. You don't ever see it. Let alone having a headset in my helmet, that is legit unheard of here. You just do not see that type of stuff. Because some of it's money and some of it is that motorcycles aren't used as toys. They're used as, like, transportation. It is totally different. Totally different uses and ways to look at them. So, yeah, that's really it, though, to be honest. They're not about loud exhaust and ripping fat wheelies with your friends. They're about getting to work and not having to worry about traffic. And cheaper. They're cheaper down here. A motorcycle's a lot cheaper than a car. So, that's one thing. In the States, you gotta have money to be on a car, or to have a motorcycle. It's an expensive choice. More expensive than a car. Let's be honest. We say it's cheaper. Let's be honest. They're more expensive than cars. In the long run, if you're really into motorcycling, because it's your hobby, it's your love, you're going to spend money on it. Oh, look at that. That's kind of funny. Down here, motorcycles are cheaper. Just gas and, well, you don't need insurance down here, but if you were to have insurance, it'd be cheaper. So, yeah, it's just different in all ways. The motorcycles are different. It's like a whole new world. But I think that about wraps it up for today's moto vlog. I know it was supposed to be more of a review of the motorcycle, turned more into a riding in Costa Rica type review. I don't know what this is, guys. I'm trying to do my thing. I hope you do your thing. And I'll see you guys on the next moto vlog. Ride safe. Go rip some fat wheelies with your friends. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And I think that wraps it up. I will see you guys later. I have to get through all this crazy traffic now. Ride safe and throttle on.